Raider Nation, what's going on? I got some breaking news for you guys. The Raiders have re-signed Martavis Bryant. So guess what? He's back. Oh boy, this is one that I am still trying to wrap my brain around a little bit. So the Raiders, well, they cut him right before camp because he was facing a potential suspension, and he was a guy who wasn't really getting going in the offense. And Gruden even said that he just wasn't really meshing with what they were trying to do on offense. He wasn't meshing with Derek Carr, and he wasn't putting in that extra work. And Gruden was looking for a guy who could run multiple routes, and Martavis was just able to run that straight seam. So that's one of the reasons why, well, they cut him, and it's why that I came on here and I talked about why did we trade a third-round pick for a guy like Martavis Bryant if we were just going to cut him. It's one that I didn't really make sense too much about. But if you want to talk about just talent, okay, we're going to talk about just talent. Last season, 2017, 50 catches, 600 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's really not even as good as like what this guy's been. So this guy's played in 36 career games. He's got 18 touchdowns. Like, you want to talk about just raw talent? Martavis has it. Martavis is going to be able to stretch the field for the Raiders. He's going to be able to open up plays. He's going to be able to open up things for a guy like Derek Carr. He's going to be able to open up things for a running back like Marshawn Lynch. And even if Martavis doesn't fill up the stat sheet every week, Martavis' ability to go deep and be able to take any play to the house is something that every single defense that faces the Raiders this season is going to have to respect. You have to respect the raw athletic ability of a guy like Martavis Bryant. And as we saw this last night on Monday Night Football, the Raiders, they played well, pretty solid for 2.5 quarters. But guess what? They ran out of steam because, well, they just didn't have enough talent to be able to rack up against amazing quarterbacks that the Rams had. So you add Martavis back to this lineup. You add him back to the offense. He's going to be able to stretch the field. It's going to open up more holes for Martavis. It's going to open up more holes for a guy like Jared Cook. It's going to be able to open up more holes just for everybody on this Raiders team. And guess what? He is expected to play this weekend. So we're going to get to see him right away, which I am really excited about. You know what else I'm excited about? Tavor. Tavor is sponsoring the Raiders show, and I want you guys to do this, okay? I want you to go to Tavor.com. Tavor.com. And if you guys like craft beer, like me, I love craft beer, and that's what Tavor is. Tavor is going to hook you up with craft beer. You're going to go to Tavor.com. You're going to use that promo code CHATSPORTS, and you're going to get $10 off your very first purchase. You're going to be able to make your own craft beer box, and they're going to curate it for you guys. They're going to deliver it right to your doorstep. It's awesome. Tavor.com. Use promo code CHATSPORTS for $10 off. All right, now I'm going to get into the wide receiver depth chart, what it's going to look like right now for the Raiders. The Raiders, well, you got Amari there still as the wide receiver 1. Jordy Nelson at wide receiver 2. Seth Roberts is still going to operate out of the slot position. And then Martavis, we still don't know exactly how he's going to fit in. We have him there as our wide receiver 4. But he's a guy who's going to be able to come in once in a while. He's going to be able to stretch the field. And if he can actually live up to his potential, this guy is really special. And he's a reason why the Raiders went out and ultimately signed him this offseason. So Martavis Bryant, if we can just get him stretching the field, opening up plays for a guy like Derek Carr, who, yes, he had 3 interceptions, but Derek's obviously super talented. He was an MVP candidate, let's not forget, in 2016. Martavis, opening up the field. He's expected to play this week right away against the Denver Broncos, who have very, very solid cornerbacks, and he's going to be able to, well, hopefully take some pressure off of Amari, get him going a little bit. He's going to be able to get things going underneath the middle for Jared Cook to absolutely feast again. And even though he was cut right after camp, it's good to see that maybe Amari, who was facing a potential suspension, and it doesn't appear that he's going to be suspended now, is maybe going to get back on track, back on the football field, and we can finally see this guy live up to his full potential. Raider Nation, thank you so much for tuning in to the Raiders Report. My name is Mitchell Renz. Please follow me on Twitter at MitchellRenz365, and until next time, go Raiders.